Hi, I'm Jim. Welcome back to my shop. I had this ignition housing sent out to leading edge airfoils. They put in a new seal in the water pump and then new gaskets and put it all together and cleaned it all up real nice. Now we're going to put it back together. I'll point out I'm not an A&P, I'm not a Rotax trained whatever, just an old mechanical engineer who's been working on cars and boats and motorcycles and construction equipment and robots and you name it for 50 years or so, more than 50 years. And I have the manuals over here, so hopefully we can put this back correctly. So this is the stator for the charging coils and for the ignition. I got a picture of how it was, and I put zip ties when I took it apart on, like I had a pair of connectors. It probably doesn't make a difference which goes into which, but I figured why not, so there's a zip tie on the matching connector. Make my life simple. Oops, lost my picture there. Okay, so that goes about like that. There we go. Now Rotax says to put lithium grease at under the heads of these, presumably so it grounds well, because corrosion will screw up the electrical ground, and lithium grease, oops, that's a bit much, will seal out the moisture and prevent corrosion. Do the same thing in your car, by the way, when you put the battery in. I like the lithium grease. Some people use Vaseline. Doesn't take a lot, just enough to seal out corrosion and moisture. As you can see how rusty that is. There has been some corrosion going on there. And I don't know if I said it, but leading edge airfoils reassembled the pump. They pressure tested it to 20 psi if memory serves me correct. When they put it back together, they put the stainless screw in that hole where it belongs. If you want to drain the coolant system or drain the pump itself, taking that screw out, there's some passages that come in. I'll pop up a picture. Those passages let the coolant drain, and that's why that one is stainless, because it's exposed to coolant all the time. Run these down finger tight. I don't have a torque wrench here, they're all at the hanger, so I'm just going to finger tight these, and then when I get to the hanger I'll need to remember to torque those properly. This one shouldn't need grease because it's not an electrical connection. Okay, now all of the coils. Now I've got the older style. These coils go like this according to my picture. Okay, and when I took them apart, there's a bunch of spacers and washers and things, so I just taped all of the bolts in place so that everything stayed where everything belonged. And the other thing is, yeah, like I said, this is an old style of coil, so yours may be different. And there is a spec on the clearance between this stuff and the flywheel, so that will have to, final tightening will have to wait until I get the flywheel installed, which will happen at the hangar because that's where the engine is. This, if you watched when I took it apart and I dropped the bolt and it went inside that hole, or nut, if I'd taken this apart here, it would have been very easy. So when I put it back together, I'll take this out, switch things around, and yeah. I don't know why I didn't see that there. That would have been the easy way to disconnect. I think that's a bracket for the coils, if memory serves me correct. These go right here. Carefully. There we go. So every bolt and every spacer is exactly where it was when I took it apart. Hopefully that's where the factory was, or where the factory put, I should say. I can't guarantee that because I do know when I took it apart, the stainless screw was up here for some reason, so somebody had been in there, I think. And this is stainless because it's exposed to the coolant. There's some passages cast in here so you can pull that and drain it. I may have already said that. Finger tight, because again, these have to get checked for distance from the flywheel. Hopefully it's in spec. If it's not, then I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I have to replace some more stuff. Okay, that I think is all I can do here in the shop. Next step, I'll take this whole assembly back to the airport and put it back on and put the engine back in. Okay, so I've cleaned off the mating surface. I put that little gasket in there. I've got this little sleeve to protect the oil seal when it goes on. I got a little bit of grease on the oil seal. I'll put a little bit more grease on this thing just because the wonderful, wonderful things it does. Not too much, just a little. Okay. I got a coat of the anaerobic gasket maker on there. I think I'm ready to set this back into place. It goes like this. That goes on there through the seal. I had to take the cover off the pump to get at that bolt hole, so okay, there's that. This can come off. Put the 7 bolts in. I got some new ones to replace the corroded ones. This one up here gets a little dab of Loctite because at least according to the manual, it goes through to an oil gallery and you want to seal it. This one up here kind of is in the middle of the cylinder. Okay, so the reason I didn't see the screw for this coil mount that I thought was going to be easy to remove is it's back there behind this. So to finagle the nut and washer back onto this, I don't think you want to watch that, so I'll turn the camera off. Okay, plan B, I moved that coil out of the way because there's just no way to get in there. Okay, so I have to tighten that nut and put the coils back. Well, this is definitely the easier way to get at this and do this. Okay, that's snug. Should be able to bring this back up. This. And we'll just finger tight those. Okay, let me route some of these wires out of the way now. Okay, I took it apart. I put zip ties on the matching pairs of connectors. So that's that and that go together. That leaves this and this. These will make a difference in terms of right and left mags controlling upper and lower plugs. These I don't think make a difference, but I tagged those anyhow. Just because it can't hurt, put it back the way you found it. Okay, that's snapped. That's snapped. Those are tight. Those get attached to the mag switches. This goes to the charging thing. Regulator, that's what I meant. Okay, moving on. Okay, so I didn't record putting those hoses on. You didn't miss much. Oops, there was a new O-ring in there. I could put a little grease on it. I marked the holes that the bolts were in before. Okay, I tapped the Woodruff key in, did a test fit of the flywheel, degreased everything, put a light coat of purple Loctite. Should go on. Leading edge airfoils sent me a new Woodruff key, and the magnets get you. Woodruff key and lock washer, even though I didn't think to ask for them. That was nice of them. Okay, that is engaged. Okay, I greased the lock washer and stuff per instructions. Now, 45 Newton meters plus 180 degrees. I suspect the 180 degrees is going to be the hard part. Yeah, definitely 180 degrees is going to be entertaining. Okay. That's my 45 Newton meters. Just so I don't lose track. That needs to point down. Help if this was in a cradle of some kind. Almost there. Perfect. Okay. That's installed. Now I got to check these clearances here. There's a spec. I think I need to unlock the crankshaft before I do that. I'll read the directions and come on back. Okay, so it says it's supposed to be between 16 and 20 thousandths. That's 18 thou, or 4.5 millimeters. Where's my 16? There it is. So I think if I can just that's a little loose. There's not much adjustment available here. Plus it likes to stick to the magnet. So this just sticks to sticks to the magnet. So I'm going to put the 18 thousandths, which is right in the middle, and snug these up. I'm sure my fat hands are in the way. Now I need to turn the crank. Well, I can do this one down here. Same. There's 18. Snug that one up. And then should be able to slide my 16 in there, right? 16 thousandths being 0.4 millimeter. Yeah, okay. I gotta turn the crank. I want to get this one. Fun fact, it should have been obvious, but it just never occurred to me. The propeller and the crankshaft turn opposite directions. So, no, okay, not doing that one. Come around to here. I should be able to do this one. It's funny the things that you don't notice. Loosen that up. Have to loosen this one up a little too. There we go. I can slide the feeler gauge. that up, and I will proceed around and get all the others the same way. Looks like this one's good right here. So you want to loosen these. So you can, yeah, see the just sticks. Magnet. Snug that just a little. And I'll have to go back and check them all. I got them all done. But I'll do all that off camera since it's pretty repetitive. Yes, should have looked at the picture before. Now when you're taking this thing out, can't let it come apart because then you got trouble. Right here in River City. Yeah, I should have, there's the witness marks from where it rubbed against here. Dough. Okay, push the O-ring in. Come on. Went in nicely last time. Why doesn't it want to go in this time? Jeez, oh pizza. Okay. O-ring looks good. Everything looks good. I guess it's just a matter of getting these bushings lined up in those holes. Perhaps I didn't quite get that. Okay. O-rings in. Now the bushings need to go in. Who am I hung up on? There we go. It's a matter of wiggle jiggle. Okay, so there's a flat washer. Okay, so we got this bracket here that goes around the starter and on around this. That needs to be tightenated. I guess strictly speaking, I'm unloosening it, right? Okay, with that, it is getting dark. I'm getting cold. I think I have the engine pretty much assembled, so come back another day and I want to do some work on the plumbing. I'll do that. So come back another day and we'll hang it. Okay, so at this point we're ready to put the engine back on. I think I'm going to break the video here and just make it a second part because you may or may not be interested in this, and just keep the videos not horrendously long. So thanks for watching. Catch you on the flip side.